hope everyone is doing well today. I just want to talk about something that I feel someone needs to hear. So it may be a lot of us, all of us, we need to hear this. So a lot of us who may have lost weight in a quick manner, or who may have lost a bunch of weight, okay? We may have extra baggage. Let me say that. Extra baggage, right? Extra baggage. Some people, they go and take that extra baggage, extra skin, in places, and they get it removed. Some people do choose to do that and just say, look, chop it up, chop it off, whatever. Okay. Now, not everybody can just go or want to go and just get it removed like that, surgically removed. A ton of us who have extra skin. Now, let me just give you a little advice. So when I first start seeing extra skin, because I told you in an earlier video, I told you all that I had gotten sick during COVID, right? And I had gotten a vaccination that had a disagreement with me. No one can answer medically. They could not answer. I was in Emory University Hospital for a whole month. They ran test after test after test. No one had any answers. They just knew this started the day after, or a few days after I got the vaccination. I remember the little inkling starting in my leg, starting the day after, the morning after I got the vaccination. So anyway, and it was reported to the CDC. But anyway, okay, so I lost the use of my legs for a whole about 6 months, which means that you can just imagine being immobile for 6 months. I mean, immobile where someone had to push me around in a wheelchair, right? So with that being said, I gained a lot of weight quickly. And then once it went away, and by the way, it went away with herbs, and I'll do a whole separate video about natural remedies and herbs and creams that I use to regain strength. So anyway, so I started to lose weight pretty quickly because I was moving. When you move, when you're not moving at all, and then you become mobile, even just a little bit, you see a big difference. So I started to lose weight pretty quickly, and then I kind of stumbled upon what's called intermittent fasting. I stumbled upon that not on purpose. So I had a change in my schedule at my job at the time, and so like we used to have, so I would go into work early, and then we would have our certain breaks at a certain time that we have to take. We have like assigned times for breaks and lunches. And so my schedule changed where my lunch break was going to be later than earlier. So my lunch break was almost like 2 hours before it was time for me to get off work. So at first, I was like, oh, that's gonna be a long time before I can put something on my stomach, right? So so I start taking so keep in mind now, I would get up at like 6 o'clock, go to work, and I would have to take my lunch break at 2, okay? So I started to eat at 2 o'clock, and that went on for probably about a whole year. I lost so much weight. I was not exercising. I was, of course, mobile, but I was doing what's considered intermittent fasting. I didn't even know at the time that I was doing intermittent fasting. I just kind of stumbled upon it because my change in break. I mean, change in the work break. So anyway, so I started to do that. I started to lose weight pretty quickly, and you can just imagine, especially if you're not working out, especially if you're not pushing the weights. You will probably, if you lose weight quickly like that without exercising, without weights, you're probably going to have sagging skin. So I did have sagging skin. So when I started to really get into working out, you know, I was a little self-conscious. I was a little self-conscious, you know, in public at the gym. You know how everyone dresses at the gym. And you can just imagine, you know. So, and I know some of you may have the same situation. Some of you, that is actually preventing you from going to the gym. So I just want to give a little advice. First of all, I'm going to tell you something. First of all, let me see who this is by. This is the first and foremost book by Mel Robbins and Sawyer Robbins. This book, Let Them, and this is, you know, this is free promo, I guess, whatever, but Let Them. Let me tell you something. That is the book. Let Them. That right there, I'm telling you, let them. In this book, it's so simple. It's something that we've been taught since we were children. Our parents say, don't worry about what people think. Don't, you know, whatever. Let them. They talk about, you know, let them put that energy into worrying about you. Let them. So, because let me tell you something. When you're self-conscious about something, you are, some part of your mind, you don't have to admit it, but some part of your mind is worrying about how it looks out there, right? How it looks to other people. People are gonna judge. Oh, they're gonna say, what's she doing in here with that saggy skin? You know, whatever. For number one, let them. That's with any issue that we have with our bodies, we have to take that mentality in. We have to say, let them. Let them worry. Let them do whatever. Let them say what they want. Let them use that, waste that energy. That's not my problem. Let them. That is not your problem. Don't make their nosiness your problem, or your own self-consciousness your problem, because a lot of times it's our own selves. We're worried about what other people think when we're the ones who's worried about it. Most people don't be thinking about you. Most people don't be looking at you. You know what I'm saying? That's our own mind. So we have to like get those negative thoughts out your minds, get it out your minds. If you hear somebody say something, if you hear somebody, you know, staring, whatever, honey, let me tell you something I've learned, because I've gotten a little big-headed now, but you know, you just gotta like start switching. I'm telling you, just do this stuff. When you hear or feel somebody doing that, start switching and feeling yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because most people that are judging other people are the most miserable people anyway. So most of the time, they're probably jealous of you in some sort of way. Because let me tell you something, when people see, and these are just for the people that are all up in the other business, when people see a person who does have saggy skin, who is probably highly obese, and they come into the gym, guess what they see? They see confidence. That's what they see. They say, and some miserable people, some people that are jealous of you because they don't have that confidence, they may say, what's she doing up in here? Look at that. Lazy, fat, saggy skin, whatever. That's what they're jealous of you, because they don't have that confidence that you have. So let them feel how they feel. Let them say what they say. Let them look how they want to look. Start your switching. Uplift, raise your head, feel good, because guess what? You are showing confidence. You are feeling yourself. Yes, you are important. That person is no better than you, honey. You're actually stronger, because they probably haven't gone through the journey that you've had to go through anyway. So who's the strongest? Hello. So yeah, you are the strong one. So let them, and do your thing. Don't let that stop you from getting your workout in. don't let it stop you from getting your workout in. So that's the first thing. So the first thing is mentally seeing things in a different way. Okay. But the next thing is compression. And I've talked about this before too. So with there was a time when, and I've got on this long sleeve compression shirt, but there was a time when under here I thought that it was just some permanent that I would have to get removed. It was like a lot of sagging skin under here, and with the proper compression, of course. Now I always keep compression on, but unless I'm doing something fancy, you know. But I try to wear compression because I'm just going for a certain look. So positive mentality, compression garments, eating right, of course, your protein. And here's a few things that I do in the gym to work specifically on my arms. Take a look. All right, I start off with my Stairmaster. Okay, so currently I am on the side. I'm on the glute machine. And so what I do in between each rep, I also do like a set of the 20-second work on the arms. You'll just see in just a second. Let me get done with these reps that I'm doing. Okay, wait for it. 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 I'm killing that glute machine. Okay, there we go. All right, so I've got the 12 or 14 pound dumbbells or weights, and I'm calling dumbbells. And you see what I'm doing? All right, so I just do that 20 seconds while I'm walking around. Simple as that. And that's in between each rep. That's one thing I do. Alright, so here's another exercise that I do with those same weights in between each rep. Alright, and so this last thing that I do, or this is one of the things I do, this is one of my favorites. This is called an incline rope grip. And look at that. This one is the most effective because it really targets that under the arm area where most of us women have the most trouble. Alright, so last we take that same rope grip, raise it up on the bar, turn around, and we just do the same thing almost backwards. And look at that. And again, that is targeting that area where most of us have that trouble, which is under that arm area, the upper arm. Look at that. And that actually targets the back as well, shoulders, back. So these are very effective. And again, you can do these in between your reps. Alright, so there you go. Those are just a few of the little things that I do for these arms to keep away that flabby skin, because it can be annoying for ourselves. So it's not about other people and how it looks to other people or what other people think. We don't care about that. Well, we may care, but we're just not gonna give that energy to another person. You know, put that energy into yourself. So that's it. It's all about putting the energy into yourself. Don't giving others that energy. You know what I'm saying? So those are just a few things that I do in the gym. There's plenty more. types of things. But like between each, so whatever exercise I'm doing, whether it be a hip thrust type of thing or back, whatever it is, I make sure that between the sets I'm picking up those dumbbells and I am doing one of those arm exercises between each set, at least for like 20 seconds is what I try to do. So just a little pointers there, a few pointers. And so that's it. I just wanted to give that information. I'm tired because I just came out the gym. I'm tired, girl. Oof. But yeah, so make sure you drink your water. I'm talking to myself right now. Drink your water. So yeah, everybody have a good day, and just don't give that energy to other people. Just work on yourself and be blessed. All right, be sure to like, subscribe, comment on what you do. Do you have to worry about that? Have you never had to worry about that? What do you do if you do have like sagging skin? What do you do for it? What are you doing for it? But let's go. All right, this is Do It Yourself Girl. I'm out. Okay, and one more thing, don't forget your protein. It's very important for the skin, to tighten the skin, the protein.